Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Braxton Bando, it's Heresy Thursday, and we have another full-sized Heresy Thursday going for us, so that's nice. It does mean eventually we're probably going to have a swing back towards micro-scaled Heresy Thursday, but, you know, while the going's good, let's get getting. Heresy Thursday, Tybalt Mar is on the hunt for the head of the Shattered Legions. So, it looks like we've got basically the traitor commander for the upcoming book. Tybalt Mar, the Eva, as he's known, spent his time during the heresy hunting down the Shattered Legions, and he's present in the original trilogy, the Horus Rising trilogy, and he's part of a duo. It's him and I can't remember his name. Begins with a V. Something. Where is it? It doesn't matter. It's. I had it written down somewhere. Doesn't matter. But he's known as the Eva, and his friend is known as the Or. They were two good friends. They were known as the Sons of Horus because they looked like Horus. And, yes, they were, you know, devout traitors. He's in Mark IV Maximus armour. And, I quite like it. It's nice. It's quite clean. It doesn't have any weird, like, explosion-y iconography that a lot of the models have had on them. This is more like a classic heresy kind of level of detail that we were used to. I like the Tarujas being a bit chunkier and, you know, the detail being quite present. I like that the shoulder pads aren't entirely engulfed in cloaks. Yeah. Other than the sword, which is really kind of the part I'm least enamored with. Some pretty heinous print lines on it as well down here. The bolter looks kind of cool with this little scope on it. His face is quite a good one. This cloak has got some banding on it that's really thick. I'd rather this was just painted on detail. This shoulder pad's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, it's not bad. I would probably swap out the sword if I was going to use it. I actually was thinking about this as using it as an Aeneid Thiel model, like the base of. Snip off the gem on the wrist. Leave the one on the chest, but just paint it up like a classic 2nd edition Space Marine gem. And then just give him a, you know, ultramarine head and stuff, and an ultramarine bolter, and a weird looking sword that he's taken from Gilliman's armory. I quite like that as a look for this model. I like the Mark IV. I like that it's got slightly more angles to the knee pads. It's maintaining kind of all the major points that I like about Mark IV Maximus armor. It hasn't been radically changed like the Mark III was, so that's kind of good. So yeah, this is a good one, but there is a problem, and that is that it's another Sons of Horus model. Now, I have a Sons of Horus army. I like the Sons of Horus. I have no problem with the Sons of Horus getting models, but other legions need their releases too. And if we're using characters in the books, there are an awful lot of characters that we could use for different legions, and I've got a couple of them here. And I'm not going to go through all the legions, okay, because there's just too many of them. But here we go. Tartuge Yasugai, the head Stormseer of the White Scars. He's the chief librarian of the White Scars. He would be a very smart move. Shiban Khan was another White Scar who was quite prevalent in their books. Torgan Khan, again, another really important character to the White Scars. He's also Scandinavian, so he's not actually Asian in the books, which would be a really interesting thing to show off that, you know, not all White Scars are Mongolians. He was also a traitor briefly. He was a member of the Sega Meissen, which is, another interesting thing, limiting factor for his character. You can, throw him in as a character for that rite of war. Solomon Khan was, I believe, I don't know if he's the first captain, but no, he's not. I can't remember. They don't use chapters in that way, but Solomon Khan was basically one of the better captains, and he's present throughout the entire heresy. All the way up to the Lionport. I can't think of the word. Lionsgate Spaceport. So, another character that you have that fits the entire setting. Kavar of the Space Wolves was their chief rune priest, who only has one arm. Another interesting one there. Gunnar Gunhild, first captain of the Space Wolves. Doesn't get on particularly well with Leman Russ, who would make really good if you're doing an army that doesn't want to include the Primarch. But, he sacrificed himself and his own ship of the Ragnarok to destroy the Alpha Legion battleship Delta. Okay, that's fine. We've got characters that died at the Drop Site Massacre, so it doesn't matter about that. Bulve, one of the Old Wolf. He was the 13th Great Company. That was it. 13th Great Company. Obviously, anyone who knows their Battle of Armageddon, the 13th Great Company was a really important part of that campaign. They get trapped in the warp by the Thousand Sons during Prospero, and they've basically been fighting against the Thousand Sons in the warp since the heresy, and they get spat out back into real space during the battle for Armageddon, I think it was. And they're still fighting now. They're a bit mutated. They've given in to the Wolfen curse a bit, but the 13th Company is quite an important unit, so why is he not there? Grimnar Blackblood, head of the Huskarls, which is Leman Russ's Huskarl of the Ethra. He was the head of the Wolf Guard, not head of the Huskarls. All this Anglo-Saxon Scandinavian culture merging into one. Head of the Wolf Guard. So he's Leman Russ's chief bodyguard. Archimus, first captain of the Imperial Fist during the Great Crusade. Or a captain, sorry, not first captain. Askelion of the Blood Angels, head of the Sanguinary Guard. This is one that every Blood Angels player I know has asked for this at some point. Nasir Amit, who would go on to found the Flesh Tearers, is another character who, is present during the heresy and would be a very popular character to have. Gabriel Santar, or Sanatar, the head of the Morlocks, the first captain of the Iron Hands, and that is just a phenomenal piece of artwork. How cool would that be? Venerable Atrax, a Contemptor Dreadnought for the Iron Hands. Again, having a Dreadnought character would be really cool. Taro Nicodemus of the Ultramarines. All of the Tetrarchs, who were the most high-ranking Ultramarines, would make really good models. Dracus Gorod, head of the Invictus Suzerain. That's, Gilliman's bodyguard. Marius Gage, who clearly was not based on Clint Eastwood. Master of the first chapter, so first captain of the Ultramarines. I think actually Ventaris has got a character, so I can ignore that one. I think he's got a mod one, hasn't he? Lucretius Corvo. Now, I might just be a bit, biased on that one, because I like Corvo. But, Lucretius Corvo killed a Titan. Aenid Thiel, who, again, is a phenomenal character, and I love this piece of artwork from the cover of Night Thane. He's one of the most important Ultramarines. The red marked are his jam. He's the reason the Ultramarines survived think it would be a great low-level command character to have. Artilus Numenon, the Salamanders. Tekel, the Forge Master. I believe he was the head, like, Forge Master for the Salamanders. Laconia Shadowkin, or Shadowkin. What I'm getting at is there is an entire list of characters that are in the books that do not belong to the Imperial Fists or to the Sons of Horus. We have enough characters of both those legions. I know that they are the major players at this point in the heresy, so cover a different point in the heresy. You know, cover, I don't know, the Shattered Legions. Give us something that's, you know, the Shadow Crusade. Give us Calth. Give us Prospero. You know, I like getting more models for the armies I collect. I have both a Imperial Fist and a Sons of Horus army, and I'm very happy with both of them. But I'd much rather work on other projects and see other people happy. The game's been out for about 15 years now, and we're still waiting on basic bitch Praetors for 5 legions? Iron Hands, Iron Warriors, World Eaters, Raven Guard, Raven Guard, and I always forget one of them. You'll remind me in the comments, I'm sure. But yeah, we do not have Praetors for those guys. You know, we're missing characters for them. Why? It shouldn't be difficult. You don't have to put them out on a Thursday. You can just put them out any day of the week. Or you could announce more than one during a Heresy Thursday. Don't drip feed us content for a game that's been out for 15 years. It's a bit ridiculous. Back to the actual model at hand. It's a good model. The sculpting techniques are good. The quality's good. It's nice and chunky in the places it should be chunky. It's nice and thin in the places it should be thin. It's well painted. I like it. I'm not going to buy it at release because you probably won't have it in stock for long enough. And it's going to cost an absolute arm and a leg for a single miniature. So, yeah, it's obviously Forge World resin. I don't know what else I can say. Games Workshop's quality's always been kind of where it is. You know, it's always been the industry leader. Their design philosophy has not always been the best, and their pricing is the worst. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a good model. But it's like eating cake for every meal. Sometimes you don't want cake. You want to have a steak instead. And that's where we're at. I'm all caked out. I want some steak. Give me some steak. Alright, guys. Rant over. My name is Bando. I'm going to go and do a second coat of gloss varnish on these Night Lords. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing. We're getting close to another kind of milestone. We're getting close to another... where is it? View channel. So we're at 1,300 subscribers at the moment. Yeah, so we're getting close to 1,500. I've decided I'm going to do another giveaway, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be like the same it was before. It will just be like and subscribe, comment, that sort of thing, and I'll pick someone at random. Probably when we hit 1,400 people. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone who's subscribed. Thank you for everyone who comments. As always, down in the description, you can find links and Element Game reward code. Thank you very much. My name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. Bye-bye.